Hi everyone, it's Susan again, and I've tried something else with using foil. Any foil I would say would go for this one, but I'm going to show you how I've done this card using foils, and I also used a background die that is a spellbinder die. So I had the spellbinder die, I had it for a long time, and I decided that I could do something really, really nice with it. Now, I think I had the pack here on the side. Don't know where I've placed it. I would have shown you the name of that background die as well. But I know it's a spellbinder one. So let me show you what I thought of doing. In my stash, like everybody else, I have a lot and a lot of double-sided sticky papers, right? Double-sided sticky papers. And I always keep them just in case. And now I'm worried that if I keep them there too long, they might go dry and then nothing will ever come of them. So I thought of doing this technique. I'm going to place my die there. Now, if you want, you can take a piece of press and there. I'm going to cut it. Let's just do it beforehand. Excuse me. I'm just going to cut somewhere alongside there. And alongside here. And what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to take that there, put it there. I'm going to take my, so I've got no paper with it, it's just double-sided foiling, double-sided like sticky paper, right, from both sides. I'm going to place it on there. I'm going to put a couple of sheets of paper underneath, okay, to give it a little bit more pressure. Place it there, and I'm going to pass it through my Sizzix machine. This moves a lot on my desk because it's glass, and I lost my some of my pieces that go down below, which they're like rubber. So unfortunately, it moves quite a bit, but it does not matter. I'm going to pass it about 3-4 times. Got another one. I'm testing this one out. I've got a green one too. Right, and that's that. What's important is that you make sure on this side it is all cut. If it's not all cut, then you will need to pass it a little bit more. And I think the butterfly might need another 1 or 2 passes. So what I'm going to do is fold the paper, put it on there, just that bit, and I'm only going to go through with that half of my plate. So give me a second. Goes. I'm going to just pass it through there again. So once. I need to pass the top half because it's already been cut. Okay, so I'm just going to do that there. And as you can see, I'm trying not to do this as a long video. I'm doing a short demo here. As you can see, that's been nicely all cut off. Give it a good tap so it comes off. Any pieces that needs to come off can come off. Now in here, I need to just go through and clean it out. Now just press them through. Pieces like these will need to be cut using a knife. Now I do have many pink and blue cutting mats, but I just can't find where I placed the one I used the most. So let me see if I can quickly find one. If not, I'll just use a piece of cardboard. See what I've got here. I don't know what I've done with it. It's always here. Ah, here it is. I think, is it? No. They're always here, ready at hand to use. But I don't know what I've done with them because I'm always doing different crafts. I don't know where I've pushed it in. So I'll tell you what, instead of wasting time looking for my piece, I'm just got a piece of material here, a piece of cardboard there. I'm going to use that. So you need to cut the pieces that needs to come out. So if that needs to come out, this one has quite a few, this die, but not all dies will be like that, but it does not really matter. I'll quickly do them. So that piece and that piece, they need to come off. You see them and you just cut them out nicely, just like so. That bit comes off. So you just clean it out like you normally would any die. Don't leave any pieces that shouldn't be there. You'll see what I'm going to do in a second. I'm going to throw that backwards, it up, cut it from there. So you can see I am just tidying them out. I've got a bit there. Got a bit there. I don't know what I've done with my cutting mat. I've got one, not one, I got 30 of them because I used to do university work. And as my class used to have 30 students, I had 30 cutting mats. But this morning, while I was thinking, where are my mats? I couldn't think of where I've put them. So that's why I'm doing it on this piece of cardboard. Doesn't really matter, it still does its job. I'm going to cut that off. There's a bit there, so you see them because they're the pieces that need to come off. Let's go. Now here, I'm going to cut from here to there and from here to there. There's a bit that needs to come off. Here we need to cut that bit. That pops out. Once you do around the area, the rest is quite easy to get rid of. Again, I'm going to do that a bit. I'm going to do this bit. Done. Last couple of pieces. I need to do it because if I'm going to show you the effect, it needs to be done. I just go slowly. You don't want to cut the wrong ones. If you do, it will ruin your design. So you need to cut the ones that need to come out. That needs to come off. See, it's easy once you start because usually you leave a little bit in between. That keeps the design going. Again, another bit there. I'll soon be ready, so that's done. I'm going to turn it around. We all have a lot of dies, and I'm sure if we look at them, you will find so many different things they can be used in. I always say, even when I teach craft artists, I say to people, to my ladies, I say, the package is endless. You can do so much with it. The only thing that stops us is our imagination. If you don't have imagination, that's where you can get stuck. But if you have a vivid imagination, if you can think outside the box, then you'll end up doing so much more with what you have. In fact, you don't really need to. I mean, I know we all do, and we all continue to buy more and more, but it's not necessarily for us to keep buying stuff, because I'm sure with what we've got in the craft room, we can easily do as much as we need to or as we want. Now, the last few pieces, and I'm ready with the goes. Did it? Just 3 pieces more, and I think I'm done. 4 pieces I can see, because I'm trying to look ahead of where I need to go next. So I'm just cutting these pieces out to tidy it. I've got a little tiny bit there. So that's the outside, done. Now it's doing cleaning the inside. So let me just do this. One from there to there, and one from here to there. So I'm going to cut it out. Okay. Now these pieces, they just drop out easily. If they don't, you just cut them. Help them get cut. Try not to let the backing paper come off with it, because you don't want to lose any of that glue, sticky glue you've got. I'm just gonna strip them out. And when you touch them, most of them just fall out, look. Okay, so that's done. I'm gonna press these ones through. Again, doesn't take very long. I mean, it's not gonna be an hour video, but you will see what a lovely thing I'm gonna do with it. Well, because you're taking patience of watching, I will do some different things when I've put the foil on, just to show you that even if you don't have rainbow foils or anything like that, you might still be able to do so using a normal foil. So give me a second, I'll be sorting it out. Now, another thing, if you enjoy this video, please, please, please do leave me a thumbs up. When I see 150 people watching and only 6 said they like, I think people don't like it. And then it makes me feel, should I really do another video, or shall I sit here and do my own stuff? Because it doesn't take long to just leave a like, but it helps my channel a lot. So please be considerate if possible. If you really liked it, just leave me a thumbs up, and that will really help me out. Now, I'm gonna throw these away. Of course, not the plates, the pieces, just to keep the room tidy. That's done. Now, the next step is I'm gonna take one side of my die of this covering off, gently leaving the glue all on the other side. Just lifting it up, try not to touch the glue, because it is what it is, and it's losing. I had it so long, it's starting to lose the stickiness. So that's why I decided I better find a way of using these. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in a piece of card. I'm going to place this on my card like so. And I want to make sure it sticks properly. So what I'm going to do is just press it down You can even pass it through your die cutting machine a couple of times. I'm going to cut it like so. So it passes through, and I'm going to just pass it on through my die cutting machine again, so that I know it is properly stuck on. If you want to use a couple of pieces of shim, why not? Go ahead, put some shim on. Go through like so. Just pass it a couple of times. You're not cutting anything. There's no die there or anything. It's just sticking that double-sided paper to my card. Now that it's done, and hopefully it's stuck well, I'm going to take off the top layering or top coating. Just make sure it only picks up the coating, not the gluey bit. Should have done it. There it goes. So I'm going to lift it up like so. And as you can see, I'm left with a nice, shiny piece of design on my paper at the moment. Now, just to give you ideas, I'm going to use foil. But if you wanted to, you can now put on embossing powders and then heat emboss it. So you can do all sorts. Look at that. That's how that looks. Now, I'm going to do some foil. I can either do one color foil, or I can cut pieces and just do 3 different pieces to get different designs. But you know what? I'm going to do one piece. I'm going to cut a piece like that. Usually hold it and go top to bottom, cut straight down vertically, and it cuts straighter, but there you go. Now I'm going to place the shiny nice upwards, and I'm going to put it down on there, like so. And again, I'm going to put it on my die cutting machine, and I'm going to pass it a couple of times to make sure it sticks nicely to my paper, to my glue. So I just foil like so. This doesn't need any machines or anything. You don't even need, well, you would need a die cutting machine to cut the original design. So I can't say you don't even need a die cutting machine. Here goes. I now have my design transferred on there. Now I have not tried this with this particular foil, but I hope that it turns out as I intend it to turn out. I'm going through, and there's the reveal. Now I've got this lovely piece, and I can save it to use it maybe with the heat embossing machine to heat emboss it down as another piece of background. So you can use these again with the, I wouldn't recommend putting this on a piece of this, because if you do, yes, the design will go there, but also the transparent area, the bit we used, will also get stuck to the paper. So the only way to then keep it like that is if you then cut it and leave the shiny bit on. Do not peel it off. That's the only way you could use it in the same manner. Now what I've ended up with is a beautiful background that's been designed and foiled on there. So what I can now do is I've just had, and I will do it on a different video because it will be using my glimmer machine, I just got these words that say just thank you and happy birthday. So if I did the thank you, I can then place it somewhere here, or do a bigger card and put that in the middle, and underneath you put thank you with the same foil, and it will make a lovely little card. You can even do thank you and stick it somewhere like so. But I'll do those thank yous afterwards. I haven't yet tried them, and they'll be done by my glitter machine. So what I've done here today, in the same method of technique, I've managed to get the foil transferred using. Now, some people will tell you, oh, it's not perfect foiling. Maybe so, but what I'm using there is not a glimmer machine. It's not a minx machine. I'm using the dies that I have in my stash that I probably haven't used in the past even 10 years, because we keep buying newer and newer dies. And when we first get them, we want to use them and make loads of cards with them and love them until something new comes in. And then we move on to the new one, and we keep doing the same thing, ending up with loads of lovely, lovely dies. And these were beautiful. That die was, as I say, Spellbinders, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I've used it many times when I first got it, but I have to say that recently, well, not recently, for many years now, I have not had the opportunity to use it because I always keep looking at the newer dies I keep buying. So here you go, all that needs, but I'll do it when I decide I'm going to use it. If you don't like cutting those pieces that I cut while I was showing you, you could also cut it with your gelatine exactly there, and it will automatically take all those pieces out. And then you'll end up with a nice edge on it. I'll show you. I'll do it this way. On that one, I left the border going round. On this one, I haven't got that because of the edge of my design. So what I can do is just cut it from somewhere there. So, and I'll come here, and instead of leaving a border, I cut just in rid of the border. If I did that while I was doing it, it would have taken those pieces out automatically. But it still looks good when you finish with it. That's my background. As you can see, it turned out pretty good. It looks even better in real life than it does on the camera. So I'm quite pleased with that. If there are any questions, please do leave us a comment. Remember to like and subscribe, because I intend in 2023 to do a lot more videos on all kinds of crafting that I enjoy doing, especially the ones I also teach. But here you go. You've got a beautiful, even if I didn't do it that way, look, you could have done it so it fits one on top of the other. And there you go. So you can do it however takes your fancy. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a quick video just to get you thinking about experimenting. Please do enjoy. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.